so I've moved house again and I need to set up a sewing room again. This is the dining room, which is going to be the sewing room. Yep. Let's get some light on the situation. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Here is where my fabric's going to go, in front of the stairs. I've bought some racking to build and put there. This carpet is gross. I've ordered 2 rugs, so we've got all this stuff. Lovely. I actually really like that wallpaper, but I'm torn as to whether I'm going to keep it or not, because it kind of goes with the theme in terms of colour, but not in terms of like the design. But I do really like it. It's the nicest thing in this house in terms of decor. I just don't know if I want to get rid of it or leave it. I might leave it for now, because it does go with the paint I've bought. So I need to paint this wall, this horrible mint green badly painted wall. I need to paint this wall, which goes into the stairs, and we'll have to stop at the bottom of that shelf. To be fair, the shelves above it are painted in a colour that's similar to what I'm going to be painting anyway, so I'm hoping that that will continue there. And then I need to paint the little bit of wall that's behind all this as well, and in the doorways here. That's my living room through there. So yeah, let me sit down and tell you about the theme. Hi, long time no speak. Excuse the state of me. I'm hormonal. I'm also stressed from the move. This move has not been smooth. For those of you who don't know, actually I don't think any of you know, I decided to move again because 2 reasons. One, this cottage came up in my family's village, the village I grew up in, and I couldn't say no. 2, my landlady decided to sell the house I was living in before. It wasn't her fault. She had a baby, another baby, and I don't think she was aware she was pregnant when I took over the tenancy. So she wasn't planning to sell when I took over the tenancy, but then when I said to her I was thinking of moving, she said, actually, I want to sell, so it worked out quite well. So yes, so I've moved again. I moved over the end of May bank holiday, and I've been plagued with problems since then. So the previous tenants of this house were filthy beggars. Honestly, this place was a state. The estate agents really let the landlord down in terms of making sure that the tenants had left the place in a good state, because they just didn't bother to sort of uphold any of the tenancy agreement clauses. Sorry about the state of my shirt. This is my hair dyeing shirt. I'm going to be hopefully painting today, so I put this on, and also I'm going to dye my hair later. So yeah, so the place was really filthy. They didn't leave any oil in the heating tank. They didn't get the septic tank emptied. The sink in the kitchen's blocked, and water was coming out into the cupboard below, and I didn't realise until I put all my stuff in there, and then it all got wet. There was damp and mould in the living room that needed to be treated and had just been hidden behind furniture, and the landlord hadn't been notified. So I had a damp guy come and look at that, and then did the work last week. So I didn't pay for any of this, obviously the landlord did, but it's just been upheaval, so I haven't really been able to like unpack or anything, but I have been planning my sewing room. So I love, okay, back a bit, rewind a bit. In the tenancy agreement it says I can only paint pastels and neutrals. So I need to keep the colours pale. You know me, I'm not a pastel kind of woman, but we're going to work with it. So I decided that in this room I could go for a bit of a fun theme. And I am going to base it on my favourite Wes Anderson movie, because I love Wes Anderson movies. I love the aesthetic and everything. So my favourite is the Life Aquatic with Steve Zis-Sew. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a fantastic film. But I found this artwork on Etsy. I shall put a picture here. And I thought I would base the room on this colour theme. So I'm going for a pale blue, like Steve Zis-Sew's shirt in the middle of this artwork here. So very pale blue on the walls, and then I'm gonna like have accents of darker blue, black, white, yellow and red, like the colour schemes here. So I've ordered 2 rugs from B&Q that should cover pretty much the whole floor. So this room is like 330 centimetres by 237 or something like that. So I ordered 2 rugs that were 230 by 160. So the idea is they will go across the room completely. So they'll go from one wall to the other across the width of the room. There'll be like 7 centimetres space, and then 160 and 160, 320. So there'll be 10 centimetres space going the long way if I put them next to each other. So I can either butt them up against each other, which I probably will do, and leave a bit of a gap around the edge of the room because no one's going to look at that. But it means that I won't have to look at this hideous carpet, and the landlord is going to replace the carpet at some point. But for now, these rugs, I bought outdoor rugs because they were thin and durable, and I thought this is great because my wheelie chair is going to be wheeling all over them, and also my desk is behind here for work, so I'm going to be working in here and sewing in here. Lots of wheelie chair movement on the carpet. Best to have a durable rug. So they are on the way. I've bought some racking for the fabric because the ceilings in this house are very low, and that is why my lovely bookcases are out in the conservatory, because they don't fit in the living room or the dining room or the bedrooms. So they're going to have to be in there because that's the only room with a tall enough ceiling. It is a nice big room, but it's just a blank canvas in there. So I'm going to make it like a nice little, like, I mean the fridge freezer is going to have to live out there as well, but because the kitchen is a shoebox. But yeah, that's going to be like a nice little like reading area in the summer, somewhere I can sit out. It's got nice patio doors, I can have those open, I can sit and read, or just sit and have my dinner in the evenings or whatever in the summer. Even in the winter it'll be quite nice. I'm going to put fairy lights up and blah blah blah. That's a whole new project. It could also be my photography area for showing off the clothes I will make. But yeah, I digress. So this room, so yeah, so my shelving that I bought for the old house for the sewing room doesn't fit. Of course it doesn't. All that lovely new shelving I bought and spent ages setting up my sewing room, and now it doesn't fit. So I've got the desk in here. The desk is in front of me. That fits nicely along this long wall here with the cupboard and the drawers underneath. Great. But the shelving was a no-go. So 3 of those are up in the spare room, which has a very sloping roof, and they just fit at the apex of the roof, but I can only fit 3 of them up there. So I'm going to use those to put like folding clothes and things on, because space is an issue here. So they're not going to waste. And then one of them is in the conservatory. I'm going to use that for like overflow kitchen stuff. So like Cleo's food and everything can go on there, and like extra stuff for the kitchen that won't fit in the kitchen because it's small. So they haven't gone to waste. It's not ideal, but at least they haven't gone to waste. So in here I've bought the kind of like racking that you get in like warehouses, because I thought, okay, so I can dismantle it and have it shorter if I need to. You can build it a couple of different ways to make it either just one tall rack, or you can have like 2 like half size ones. So I've bought 2 of those that will fit, let me show you, over there. So on that wall, you've got, am I pointing this at the right thing? No, sorry, you're looking, right, there we go. So over there, so the stair wall, so you've got, I'm going to have 2 racks going across that are like, oh, I can't motion that way, 750 by 7, so 750 wide, so that'll fit across there, 2 of those, and they are 180 high, I think, or 150 high, I can't remember, but the ceilings are like 190, so this is how too small they are for my bookcases. The ceilings are 190, the bookcases are 202, just 12 centimetres. So annoying. But yeah, so I've got those. I got those in black because I thought if I get them in black, I didn't want the silver ones because that's too like industrial. But I thought if I get them in black, 1, it goes with the colour scheme. 2, it'll go with any colour scheme that I ever decide to like redecorate or whatever in the future. Because I could have got them in red or blue, but I was like, it's a bit loud. Black. So yeah, I don't know why I said that like that. But anyway, so what I really need to do is paint that wall so I can build the racking. Although I do need to wait for the rugs to come because I'm going to have to put the racking on the rugs. So yeah, so I might not paint today. We're going to see how I feel. It would be good to get it done. And then I'm just waiting for the rugs. But either way, I've got work tomorrow. I need to clear this desk and set up my work stuff. And I'm going to have to move everything again. So I have to move all of that stuff off that wall to paint it. Then it can go back again once the wall's dry. But then I'll have to move it all again to build the rack in. And I need to move all this stuff so that I can work. If I move all this stuff over here onto the desk so that I can get to paint there and work, I still have to like move it all back again to paint this wall. It's a pain. It's an absolute pain at the moment. There's no room to do anything. But we're getting there. So I don't know, maybe I should paint this wall first because there's not a lot on it. There's just the desk and that, and I can pull it out away from the wall. Paint the wall. Once it's dry, I can then put the desk back, move all of this stuff onto the desk, paint that wall, set up my work stuff, and then all that's left is the fabric wall, which I could do today or I could do it another day when the racking comes. I've got to move all the fabric anyway. I can move it all into the living room, paint the wall, put the racking up, decant the fabric onto the racking. It's a lot to do. Anyway, I'm going to have some breakfast and see how I feel after breakfast. Okay, 1 coat on. That's a shadow. It looks horrendous at the moment. But you get the gist. It's going to need another coat at least. Maybe 3 coats total. But yeah, once this wall is done, I can move my furniture back and then I can clear my desk area. But I think... oh, it looks better with the light off. It goes well with the wallpaper. I think this is going to work, actually. Maybe? Second coat is on. Looking patchy AF, but it is drying quite quickly, that's why. So, yeah, give it a couple of hours, come back in. Definitely going to have to do a 3rd coat because I can see patches of green through this still, so what a ball ache. At this rate, I might not have enough paint to do the whole room. If it's taking 3 coats. I think the wallpaper's going to stay. I like it. It goes well with the paint, and also it's just a bit of interest. I think if it was all painted blue, it would just be boring. And I'm going to hang stuff on the wall anyway, so the wallpaper's kind of like irrelevant. Yeah. But we'll see. This is a... this is a job I wish I'd never started. 3rd coat is on and I'm leaving it there for the day. Hopefully that will be enough. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see. Okay, 3 coats on. I've had to move all this stuff back over here because I had to set up for work tomorrow. But yes, 3 coats. That's the colour it was over there, the green. This is the colour it is now. Much nicer. The problem is I have to do this in stages, and I do think the wallpaper's going to go. That looks very yellow now and I don't like it. So that will be coming off, and I think I'm going to repaper with a white and pale blue stripe. You know, going for the whole nautical theme. Or maybe I'll get some like map themed paper or something. I don't want to make it too themed because the landlord's house, you know, but yeah, I like this colour. I really like it. It looks really good. I love it. Okay, I've just finished work and I've moved all the fabric that was stacked here, and now you can just see how disgusting this carpet is. Absolutely revolting. The people who lived here before had cats and they had litter trays down there, and when my mum and sister came to view this place they said it stunk. Like, I have a cat, but my house never smells of cat because I keep the litter tray clean. Yeah, I'm talking about you. What? Yeah, I keep the litter tray clean and I clean regularly. But they obviously didn't do the same. And yes, but the landlord did say he would probably be replacing the carpets, but I have some rugs to go down anyway. I've also got some foam, like smelly foam to spray on the carpets to make them smell nicer. Stair carpet, lovely. This carpet, minging. So yeah, so I've just cleared everything away from this wall so I can paint this tomorrow. And then I'm going to paint this wall as well. All I have to do is just slide my desk back towards all this stuff, just so I can get to the wall. All the boxes have gone from there, and this bit is clear. I'm just going to go up to the shelf. I'm not going to go above the shelves because that's a different colour anyway. So yeah, this is how it's going, and you can just about see the blue wall at the back there, and it looks jolly delightful, I think. I need to find a way to disguise that light though, because it is really killing the vibe. I've made a grave error of judgment. It is Sunday, and it's like super hot, and why am I painting? And I've been sweating like buckets. At one point, sweat was dripping off me, actually dripping off me. I heard it going bloop and landing in the box that I had the paint tray in. Like, blip, blip, over and over, just pouring off me. My top is soaked because I've been using it to dry my face. Oh my god. I've just paused to like hydrate and have something to eat. Oh. The window wall is the worst. So if you look through there, you can see. I can't point properly. Hold on. This way. There. I've painted it blue. That's got 2 coats on now. I've done the bit under the stairs 1 coat. So I've got 2 more coats on the bit on the stairs. 1 more coat on the big wall. But that window wall is an absolute nightmare. Not only has it got the window in it, it's got a door in it. It's got a radiator on it. It's got light switch, power sockets. It's got the bit behind the door. It's got the bit that goes up the stairs. The shelves above it. It's been a pain in the backside. And I've got to do it 1 more time still. I've done it twice already. Ugh. My head is pounding. Probably because I'm dehydrated. I really want this done today. I need it done today. I need to be able to put my my desk back against the wall, and I don't want to be painting again now. I don't mind if there's like a little bit I need to touch up. Like inside the door, I might do that another day because I can just get the paint out and do that with a brush. It's fine. But these big walls need to be done today. Inside the door's got 1 coat on, so it looks the same colour for now, but it could do with another 2, obviously. But yeah, I just need to get it done today. I don't want to be painting anymore after this, not until autumn, winter when it gets cool. So the bedroom and everything can wait. I'm not painting anything else. The problem is not being able to empty the room is a nightmare. Like, at least when I do the bedroom, I can take my bed apart, move it out into the hallway, and actually have the room pretty empty. But trying to, like, work around everything in there, absolute nightmare. Anyway, let me show you. As you can see, if we zoom in, looking very lovely. Blue. See, I had to go up the stairs to the bottom of the shelf there. But yes, I do like it. I'm not painting this green bit in the door here. I'm going to paint that white, like the roof of the door. Like, why would you do it green? Like, why? I don't want the blue to be seen from the living room, as in the living room, so that's going to be white. But yeah, in there, that's 2 coats on that back wall, 1 coat on the stairs. You can see it's patchy still. And that the 2 coats even is patchy. But we're getting there. Okay, we're done. Finally. It's still drying, so it looks a bit patchy, but I really like it. I'm glad it's done. I think it looks lovely when you look outside and see the greenery, but you've got the lovely blue inside. Oh, so now I need to try and move. Oh, it does look good. I need to move my work desk back into position and everything. Eesh. But yeah, I'm actually very happy with it. God, it was the mistake doing it today though. Okay, it's been a while. So I finished the painting last weekend, and now I need to sort this out. So I've got, let me get some light on the situation here. There we go. Right, so I have got a couple of rugs here that need to be put out. I've got 2 sets of racking that need to be built for my fabric stash. The difficulty being, how can I put the rugs down when the floor is covered? So I think I'm going to have to at least move the fabric boxes here at the end out into the living room. Yeah, because realistically we're not going to get anything down on the floor, and this needs to move as well. We're not going to get anything on the floor with stuff on the floor, are we? Okay, so I've cleared a chunk of floor. I've put the bookcase thing at the top there. I think I'm going to upcycle it and have it in my bedroom. My bedroom's going to be like a gothy Dracula type vibe. But yeah, all of this still, I mean, this looks worse than it is because there's nothing under the desk. So I've got a calyx unit coming for those blue boxes, which are my knitting stuff. The top box is like crochet and a Christmas blanket I'm working on, that I've been working on for 2 years. Might finish it for this Christmas. No. Obviously work desk, there. But yeah, there's not as much over here as it looks. But yeah, those blue boxes, I've got a 2x2 Calyx cube white coming that I'm probably going to put at the end there. So yeah, that'll give me a bit of extra worktop on top as well. I could always slide the drawers along, have the desk on top of the Calyx unit. I think they're the same height. If not, I'll just tack it on the end. But yeah, it'll give me an extra like work surface to put stuff on. No, there is not a scratch on the wall already. Are you serious? I just painted it! Fuming! Anyway, before I got annoyed by that, this is what the current state of the living room is. I've just had a Kit Kat chunky as a snack. I've got my fabric in here in smaller piles, so easier for me to lift. Easier to lift. Those boxes aren't that heavy, actually. Those are the heavy ones, and I didn't want to stack them any higher than that because your girl is strong, but your girl is tired. I can stack them like 5 high, but that's enough today. That's enough. So yeah, I'm just fanning myself. Hi. So yeah, I'm waiting for IKEA because they are like 2 stops away from me. They are in a place I know well currently, according to the map, which is where my grandparents used to live. So they're quite close to where I am, but still a little way away. So I'm just waiting for them. Oh my god, it's so hot. I've got this cute little dress on today. Not ideal for moving furniture about, but we move furniture. So yeah, so I'm going to just cool off for a minute, then try and put one of the rugs down. Once that rug is down, I'm thinking I can move... Sorry, I was just making sure that wasn't IKEA. Once the rug is down, I'm thinking I can move everything across onto that rug, put the other rug down, move everything back again, then build my racking to put my fabric in. This is a lot. I'm so tempted to like message my mum and be like, do you fancy walking up to help? But she's 70 and I feel bad asking her. She's done a lot to help me move in and stuff, so I don't want her doing heavy lifting and stuff, but it would help to have someone else to help lift up furniture so that I could tuck the rug under it, you know, just like lift up an end of a desk so that I can roll the rug under, but I'll manage. If I get really stuck, I'll ask her to help, but my skin is looking quite good. I dermaplaned yesterday. I don't do that normally, but I noticed I had a lot of like sort of like fine hairs and I didn't like it. And I know they're supposed to be there, but I get extra hair because of PCOS. So I was like, be gone. It's hot. I want the smooth skin. So I did it last night and accidentally shaved off part of my eyebrow, but it's fine. I just draw it back on or draw it back on. But yeah, I'm just cooling off. Hope you can hear me with this going. So mysterious. But yeah, once I've cooled down, I'm going to go in there and have a look at these rugs because I've had them for about 2 weeks and I haven't looked at them yet. I picked them online. I hope they work in this room because it's a bit late if they don't. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, a new rug that I can scratch. Well, think again, Missy. This is not for you. First impressions. Look at that disgusting carpet there. But this... Okay, so the green was meant to be yellow, but I'm not mad. I think I like it. It looks good with the wall colour. And the beige goes with the carpet on the stairs, or the greige. So, I think I'm happy. There's a butterfly. Go on, look at my lovely garden. All those hollyhocks. Beautiful. IKEA have just been, I've got a proper full length mirror that is wide enough to get full outfit pictures in. Yes, finally. And that is the Calyx unit. This is the situation currently. So I hate myself. Okay, so I need to get the rug under the desk somehow. I've decided to line up the stripes because I could have flipped it the other way, but I've decided no. Line up the stripes so they continue to give the kind of idea that this is just one carpet, although it's two rugs, but I think it'll still look fine. There'll be a seam in the middle there, but that's okay. But I need to get that under the desk, and I'm also concerned that it's not going to go under the door, but I'm thinking if I shut the door, put the rug down, and then open the door again, hopefully it'll just be hard to open it. Oh, I don't know. I'm hoping it'll fit. That door stays open, so, but it will close. In the winter, I want Cleo out there instead of in the kitchen at night. She can't be trusted on her own. That's why she has to be shut in a room at night, because she will just vandalise everything. But yes, it's too hot out there for her at the moment, so she's in the kitchen. But the kitchen's tiny and it's awkward having her litter tray in there. Like, it's just in the way. So I'm thinking once the conservatory's sorted, which you can see at the moment is full of crap, she can be out there. I need to put blind up and make sure it stays cool in there. But yes, anyway, I'm waffling. But yeah, I need to get the rug down and I need to lift the desk and get the rug under it. I'm going to have to do one leg at a time. I've got it lined up stripe-wise, so I know it'll be level. But I do really need to lift that and get it under there somehow. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it on my own. I've got to like lift the desk and slide the rug under at the same time. I mean, I'm going to try, but it's going to be difficult, isn't it? We have a rack. Nice. This was actually quite easy to build, but I didn't have a mallet to hammer the things together. And I used the rolling pin, and now the rolling pin is bashed. So, I mean, I don't use the rolling pin very often. I don't make pastry or anything, so it usually is just a substitute hammer. But I can always buy another one. They're not expensive. But yeah, I'm quite happy. So that's one done. No screwing or anything. It just all like slots together. It's quite good construction. It looks quite sturdy. Each shelf can hold 100 kilograms apparently. I don't know what that is in terms of fabric weight, but there's a bar you can see going across the middle of each shelf to stop it bowing. So I think if I just do fabric stacked either side, well, maybe three stacks of fabric across each shelf, it's going to be adequate, I think. And I've got another one of these to build, but I am so tired and really way too hot and annoyed. Day 2, we have one rack built. I need to build the other one, and I can already see it's not going to fit because of that post, which I didn't take into account when I was measuring, stupidly. So I'm going to have to pull them forward a bit, or just have one forward. I'm not sure which of that I'm going to do. I think both pull forward is probably for the best. But yeah, I'm going to build the second one now. Yay! Oh, God. They were not particularly hard to build. They were just painful to build because I kept hurting myself while I was doing it. There were bits of it where you had to like bend the metal, like the slats that support underneath, as you can see on the top there. You have to bend the ends over to slot them into the little like bit where they hook in, and then fold it round on itself. And it says to use a screwdriver, but you have to bend it with your fingers first, and then you can push it with the screwdriver. But it is not easy. That's quite hard to do that. But I'm happy with these. I wish they went right up to the ceiling, but I can stack stuff up there, almost to the ceiling, I suppose. But I'm very happy with, I think this is a great solution for fabric. And it also blocks off the stairs a bit, which, you know, for some reason when I'm going up the stairs, I always feel like I'm going to fall through that hole, which is ridiculous, I know, but like, now I won't feel like that. But yeah, I am very happy with these. Let me zoom out a bit. Oh, that was zooming in. There we go. Very happy. I think that is an excellent storage solution. I'm glad I went with the black. I think I could have had bright blue or red, but I think the black is best. It will go with any colour if I ever decide to repaint the room. It's good. I like black. It's classic. Now I have to build the calyx unit. So I've just attached the desktop to the drawers and the cupboard. That is a pain because you have to screw in from underneath and you're just trying to blindly find the 4 holes and it is impossible. So what I resorted to doing was sticking an Allen key in the hole, wiggling it around until it found the hole in the desktop and then put the screw in and screw it, because I kept just blindly trying to find the hole. It was just absolutely ridiculous, and I can't be down on the floor too much, it hurts my knees. So desktop is secured. I need to, the cushion's over there because I was kneeling on it. I need to put my pegboard up there, which means I'm going to have to drill the wall, which I'm really not looking forward to doing. I hate drilling, but it's just 2 screws. It's the only thing that needs to be drilled to the wall, and then it's done. So I think just do the drilling. Remember in the old place, it took me months to actually put that on the wall because I was scared of drilling. What did we learn? Apparently nothing. So rather annoyingly, I just psyched myself up to drill the wall to put my pegboard up. And I put the drill on the wall. I basically marked where I wanted the holes to go, checked it was level with the spirit level. It was. I eyeballed it and it was accurate. It was actually accurate, straight. These eyes are excellent. Got the drill. Oh, use the stud finder and the electric wire finder to make sure there were no electric cables in the wall, and there aren't. Got the drill out, put it on the wall, went zzz, battery died. Why is my life the way it is? I'm so annoyed about this because I just psyched myself up for ages to do the drilling because I hate drilling. And now, because I can't do the drilling, I feel like I can't do anything. So I'm just going to sit here waiting for the drill to charge up enough that I can use it. I've got so much to do, but I don't want to do... This must be an ADHD thing. I want to do it in a specific order and I can't because I want to do that drilling first. Then I can push the desk back against the wall. Then I can start moving the furniture where I want it and start unpacking everything. But I need to do the drilling first. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. So, I put it up. However, I don't know where the screws are to attach the actual pegboard to that. I know I put them somewhere safe, but that safe place evades me currently. I know it's in like a little box somewhere. I just had a sudden flash of inspiration that past Gemma may have put them in the little suitcase. Past Gemma's a babe. Future Gemma's a babe for remembering. Sweet. So now I can put that up. One moment. Sweet. Now I can hang my hangy stuff up there. Great. I can move the desk back and actually get on with this flipping room. It is now the 27th of July and I still haven't finished the sewing room. I mean, it's finished, but there's just some tidying and stuff that needs to be done before I can use it, because at the moment the desk is covered in stuff. So, plan for today is to finally get that done, so I can actually use this room and start creating stuff again and get back on YouTube and make myself feel better, because I need to be creating and at the moment I'm just not. So yes, so today I need to sort out the conservatory, because let me show you. So basically the conservatory is going to be where I store excess sewing stuff. This is not a good angle. I'm trying not to accidentally switch the light on with the ironing board. So the sewing room has some stuff that needs to be stored away, like my sewing machine boxes and things like that. The conservatory is going to be the room I use for storage, but at the moment it looks like this. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to find that today. But yeah, my bookcases, I need to attach them to the wall. That's just wood. Yeah, I think it's just plasterboard or wood. So I need to drill and attach them so they don't fall. Then I can put my books in there and all of these boxes can go. So that's the plan. I also want to have a backdrop in here for taking photos, and I was thinking I could put some hooks up on the roof up there above the bookcases so that I can have a backdrop that comes down. I can stand there and take pictures. I've got the natural light if I want it, or I can put curtains up to block out all the light and use my studio lights in here. But that's the idea, is that I'm going to have somewhere to take pictures. So, but I need to attach those to the wall. And I've been putting this off for so long. I just need to do it. I just need to get it done. And then I can put the books in there. And once all those boxes are gone, there's going to be a lot more space in here. So yeah, I guess I need to do it. I've done one. It's attached, but I can't get to the other one to do it. I can barely see over the top when I'm standing on the little steps to do it. So I'm just having to kind of like feel my way, but I've done it. I've done one. I need to move this stuff. I don't know where, but I need to move this stuff so I can get in front of the other one, and I need to just shift it so it's butting up against this one properly, and then we're good to go. But yeah, I need to get there, and I don't know where to put the stuff because I've like trapped myself in now. finally finished. This was a mission. This was a mission. So as you can see, lovely blue colours on the wall. I've got all my Life Aquatic themed decor up. The only thing I haven't put up is the little gold porthole mirror, because I can't figure out the best way to get it on the wall. I was going to put a picture hook up and hang it on that, but the hole that you put something through to put it up is too small. It's too small for a screw, and I think I'm going to have to put a nail in the wall and hang it on that, but I don't have any nails, so I need to get a nail. I was thinking if there was another way I could put it, if I could use like the picture strips, but the back of it is sort of, it's not flush with the wall, so it's not going to be able to stick. But I'll figure it out. It's a cute little mirror and I will get it on the wall. It's going to go next to the, this is an adventure picture. There's like a nice little space for it there. But I am very happy with this, really happy with this. And it's an inspiring place where I can sew. I don't like the wallpaper, but it was too much effort to take it off, and it goes with the paint colour. Most of it is covered with things. You know, I've put my spool holder up there, which I really, really love. I love that it's on the wall now and it's just not on the desk taking up loads of room. I put my pegboard up there so I can hang up all my scissors and rulers and things. The big mirror is a life changer. I mean, you probably know from the pictures that I've had before that it's very difficult for me to show you what I'm doing when I'm standing in front of the mirror, because the mirror was so small, and now I've got this nice big mirror that I actually fit in so you can see my whole body in it. It's going to be a game changer, especially when it comes to draping, because I've been watching Bianca, the closet historian. She's doing her Drafting Dangerous, I think it's called Drafting Dangerous series on YouTube, about making your own block patterns and then drafting your own patterns, and I really want to do that. You know, I've wanted to do that for so long, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and that way I can make whatever I want and it will always fit me. So yes, I'm going to do it. And I do want to do a trouser block pattern at some point, and I know that's going to be really difficult, but I just really want some nice comfortable trousers to wear. I made the sailor trousers. I do like them. I haven't worn them anywhere because they just feel too wide on me. Like, I like them, but they just feel, I feel like they make me just look like a big column because they're as wide as my hips are all the way down. I tend to wear skinny jeans if I'm going to wear trousers. So maybe I need to make some like cigarette pants or something, and I'll feel a bit more comfortable in those. We'll see. But yeah, so I want to be able to drape on myself. Bianca was draping a bodice block on herself, and obviously you need to be able to see yourself in the mirror. So that's going to be so valuable. I'm really happy with that. A lovely big mirror. Don't even need to hang it on the wall. I can just prop it against the wall, which means I can move it wherever I want it, so that's good. Eventually the conservatory, which is through that way, which is just a bit of a junk holding space at the moment, is going to become my cutting room. So I've got my bookcases in there, which are now attached to the wall, and I've put all my books in them. I bought a little cane bistro set so I can sit out there and look out the window, drink a cup of tea, you know, quaint. You might be able to see out there. I've got a shed. I've got a shed now. That was a new development. I bought that. It arrived last week, and my mum, brother and sister and me all were struggling to put that up. It's a metal shed. It's like a pale green with white trim. It's really cute, but it was such a pain to put together. My brother, bless him, he was the real trooper of that mission, because he basically did everything, and we just sort of like held things for him, passed him screws and that. It took 4 of us 5 hours, and it was supposed to be a 2-man job. There's no way 2 people would have been able to put that together. No way. But I'm so happy with it. It looks cute in the garden. I've got it on the patio because it was just a level standing and it doesn't have a floor in it. It's got like the foundation, like the metal slats going across so you can put a floor in. But I just thought, put it on the patio. I wanted my bike in there, and I'm going to use it to store things like paint and decorating supplies, stuff like that. But for now, it can stay on the patio. so it's level and safe and secure, and it's got a nice big padlock. So yep. So yeah, the bike is not in the conservatory anymore, which is great because I can get out there. So out there at the moment I've got surplus like glasses and mugs and things that will not fit in the kitchen because the cupboards are just, there's not many cupboards and it's tiny. I've got my logs for the fire, which I'm ordering a log store this weekend that should come next weekend, so I'll put that together and the logs can go outside, out of the way, so they'll be gone. And the fridge freezer has to live out there because it's too tall for the kitchen. And my tumble dryer is out there at the moment, but I'm going to be moving that into the kitchen soon because of the space under the stairs for that. But I need to get the landlord's fridge freezer out of there because it's rubbish. It doesn't make anything cold and I want to use my own. So I'm going to store my landlord's fridge freezer. I'm either going to put it out there or put it in the shed, obviously well protected. But yes, it is coming together. So that room will be, there'll be space in there for me to have a cutting table. And at the moment I've just got a little IKEA desk with legs. If you saw my previous sewing room video, you'll know that they sent me the wrong size desk initially and said I could just keep it, and sent me the right one. So I bought some legs for it. So I've got just a normal size desk with legs that I could use to cut out on. That is out there for the time being, but I do want a proper cutting table. But I just don't know if I've got the room for it. I've got to think about some way of making this work. There's got to be something, or maybe I can build one that's narrow, and because it doesn't need to be wide, it just needs to be long enough. So if it's narrow so that it just lives in the middle of the room and you can still get around it, that would be fine. But we're low on space in this house. Cutting is always an issue for me. At the moment, I think having a table that I can get out and put away is probably the best option. So if you've got any ideas, let me know. We're really short on space. I had my nails done yesterday, by the way. Never do this. Also got a new tattoo. Can't really show you. Oh, I kind of can. It's a sleep token one. It's so beautiful. The girl who did it is amazing. Be Inspired Tattoos in Wiz Beach. Her name's Olivia. She's great if you're in Norfolk or you want to travel to Norfolk. Highly recommend. It's stunning. Goes very well with my snake up here, which I also had done quite recently. You probably haven't seen that either, but love, love, love. So yeah, that was yesterday. Had a bit of a pamper day, had my nails did, because they actually grew a little bit. They always break because I have PCOS, but they actually grew so that you could see them over the tops of my fingers for once. So I was like, do you know what, I'm going to get some nice gel polish, and now they're really hard, so hopefully they will grow a bit more. We'll see. I'm rambling. I haven't spoken to you for so long. I've missed you all, and I'm so happy to be back. I cannot wait to start sewing. First thing I'm going to do is finish the project that's on the mannequin. You had a little sneak peek of that, and the little red beanie hat is a nod to Steve Zis-Sew, obviously up in that picture there. You can see him and Ned wearing them. But yes, I'm very happy with this room. Really happy with it. I wish it was bigger, but the days of, like, you know, dreaming of having a sewing room with a big cutting table and loads of space, it's far away at the moment. It's a dream for now, but we make it work. One day I will have that. I will. There is enough room in the garden that I could have built like a summer house type structure that is big enough to be a sewing room, but I'd need to have electrics in there, so I'm not sure how that would work. This isn't my house, you see, I just rent. So, but if I buy a house in the future, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to be honest, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to. Like, saving up a deposit on my own and buying a house on my own just feels so impossible. So I just have to make do with what I've got at the moment, and I think I'm just going to have to learn to live with a small sewing space, which is really irritating, but you know, maybe I could just have a summer house that could be my cutting room. That could work. So I have a purpose-built cutting table in there, and I just go out there and do my cutting and then come back in here and sew. Maybe that would be an option. Or have a summer house, move the table and chairs that I've just bought into the summer house, and then use the conservatory as a cutting room. But I don't know, we'll figure something out. Any ideas, let me know, because honestly, your girl is struggling for space in this house badly. And I've got a spare room, but it's not like I can do anything with it, because it's like got such a sloping roof. You've got barely any like walking space in there before you're bumping your head on the ceiling. It's just crazy. I definitely downsized more than I thought I would moving here. I love living here. I love it. I love the location. I love that I'm close to my family. I feel really at home here, but I've just got too much stuff and I need to cut down. And I'm on a fabric ban, like a proper fabric ban. I'm not buying any fabric. I am sewing through that massive stash because I want to clear some of that so that I can move some of this stuff onto the shelves out of the way, because it is quite cramped in here. I didn't actually show you, I've got a little bookcase here with all my patterns and things and my books on, so that's quite cute. I don't think I showed you in the video. Maybe I'll add a clip in. But yeah, it would be good to have more space. I've got under the desk 3 plastic boxes. 2 are full of scraps. 1 is full of wool fabrics. And I've just got nowhere to fit them on the rack in there. So I want to sew through my stash. It has to be done. I'm going to sell. I've got a box full of fabric to sell. I've got more stuff up there that I can sell. A lot of fabric up there is like leftovers from projects, and I need to look at it and think, is there enough here for me to make something? If there isn't, then I need to get rid of it. And I don't want to just bin it. I would rather donate it to like a sewing group or something like that, or you know, maybe there's enough small bits to make my niece some little dresses and things. That would be good, and then I'll have only little scraps left over. It's just having the time to do it as well. I will get there eventually, but I am going to work my way. I've seen so many, now I've got it all out properly, because it wasn't all out in the old house. Now all the fabric's out properly and I can see what I've got. I really want to like make stuff out of the stuff I've got. I've got some really cool fabrics that I forgot about, and you know, I've got loads of plans. I've got a notebook here with projects that I've written down. So I've got another Monroe dress planned, the Cashmere Rose Claire dress, Sycamore Zaley wrap dress, Hollywood robe, Charm Patterns Hollywood robe. I've got the the Charm Patterns Francie skirt and a Barbie top mashup to make like a costume type thing for Halloween. So watch this space. I want to make the Charm Patterns pep rally skirt. I want to make the Charm school uniform. I've got the fabric for that. I want to make another Charm princess jacket cropped. I've got some purple and yellow houndstooth and some purple satin lining. I want to make a Charm Patterns princess coat or similar out of red wool. It's not wool, it's like polyester, but it looks like wool. And the Cashmere Sims strapless bra, I brought the kit to make that. It's leopard print, of course. You know, I want to make all of these things. I want all of these things in my wardrobe. There's loads of stuff I need to make. I need more separates. I've got loads of leftover stretch fabrics that I could make tops out of. I desperately need skirts and trousers. So that's something I want to get working on. But yeah, there's just so much to do. And I need to make this video to put it together and edit it together and everything now as well. So that's going to take a bit of time. But I want to get this up this week. It is the 3rd. I think it's the 3rd of August, but I changed the calendar over a day early. But I think it's the 3rd of August today. So I want to get this video up this week. But anyway, thank you for being here with me on this long journey to get this sewing room set up. The clock's not working, by the way. I can't find a battery. Yeah, I appreciate all of you for sticking around, even though I haven't been posting lately. I intend to get back to regular posting. I'm going to try for once a month. No, I'm going to do once a month. I will try to do more. Obviously, I've quit the PhD now, so I should theoretically have more time. But we all know motivation is a struggle sometimes. So, but yeah, I would like to do one video a month minimum. I would preferably like to do 2. We will see. Maybe I can make some shorter videos that are easier to edit. If I do like a sewing video once a month and then do like a more of a chatty video once a month as well to talk about sewing plans and things like that. But yeah, I also think I should try and work on more than one project at a time. I think that would be good for me, and it would stop me getting bored, and I'd be more productive that way. So, you know, if I'm cutting out, let's cut out 2 or 3 patterns and work on them simultaneously. Why not? I've been talking for 15 minutes. I'm going to have to reduce this down. But yes, thank you for being with me. Still, I'm sorry I'm not dressed properly today. I'm in my PJs. I've been quite washed out and tired this weekend. It's been quite a long weekend. But yeah, I'm happy to have finally finished the sewing room so I can use it. And I'm happy to be coming back to you all. So I love you all. And anyone who's new to the channel, please have a little look through my old videos. You get a feel of what I'm about, and I look forward to seeing you here again as we move forward. But yeah, thank you for being here, and I love you all. And please do subscribe if you haven't already.